Well, they heard you. Carnival was backtracking on at least some elements of its new rewards program. Meanwhile, Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are starting to charge no-shows for specialty dining, and the big new Disney ship delayed for months. That and more, lots to talk about. Let's get to it. Hi, I'm Sean Whent. I'm your host here at the Whent There Cruising Channel. And today is cruise news for Monday, September the 15th, 2025. So the first big story today comes from Carnival Cruise Line. Back in mid-June, you'll remember they announced their new rewards program. And it's called a rewards program intentionally. It's really not a loyalty program because you cannot maintain loyalty over a long period of time. There's renewal periods. And so people that had spent decades achieving platinum or diamond status on Carnival were suddenly being told their status was going to expire. Now they gave, for the diamond status people, they were giving you till 2032, which is a pretty decent cushion period. But now today they've made a change. And so what they're saying now is anybody that achieves diamond status before May the 31st next year, 2026, will be able to keep their diamond status permanently. Now, if you achieve it after that, then you're going to wind up with the renewal periods where it's good for 2 years. But if you're close to getting that diamond status now at Carnival, this might be the incentive you need to take a couple cruises between now and then, if that's what's going to get you there, because otherwise your status will expire. Now, if you don't make it to diamond status by then, let's say you make it to platinum, they are throwing a little something to the platinum people as well. For each 2-year period, if you have the diamond status, they will start you out with 10,000 stars in your account for the next redemption period or next qualifying period. Now, what 10,000 stars means, nobody knows. Basically, in the new program, you earn stars based off of onboard spending. So what that formula looks like, Lord only knows. I think you need more than an abacus to figure that out. It needs a supercomputer and qualified mathematicians. We actually have a video on comparing cruise line loyalty programs. And of course, it was made before this change, but it does kind of give an outline of the various programs and points out how the Carnival one is different than most of the other cruise line loyalty programs that are out there. If you're interested in that video, I'll leave a link down below for it. But yeah, clearly this was unpopular when they made this change. A lot of longtime Carnival cruisers were saying, hey, there's no reason for me to be loyal to Carnival anymore. I can go somewhere else. And I wouldn't blame them. Carnival's program is not a loyalty program under the new framework. I guess try to be responsive to that, try and keep some of that goodwill. They have made this change, so that's good. And they did say that there's potential for future change as well. So we'll see what this looks like as it goes on. But nice to see that they did some consideration to some really long-time cruisers. The next story today comes out of Royal Caribbean and Norwegian. So in the last few weeks, both of these companies have announced that they're now going to start charging for no-shows on specialty dining. And so for Royal Caribbean, you're going to have to make a cancellation within 24 hours. And if you do not, you're going to get a $25 fee assessed, I'm assuming that's per person, for failing to show up for specialty dining. For Norwegian, it is a 2-hour notice and a $10 fee if you no-show for the specialty dining. So what do you think? You think this is a good idea or not? Now, one of the arguments against it would be, well, I've already paid for my specialty dining. I paid for the full fee up front when I booked it. So therefore, if I miss it, that's on me. I'm the one that's out, and they shouldn't be double hitting me. But the flip side argument against that would be, well, yeah, but you having the reservation you didn't show up for meant they couldn't give that table to somebody else. And so somebody else missed out on the availability of it. So I think this is probably a positive sign, being able to now charge somebody that doesn't show. That'll encourage people to actually show up, or at least encourage them to cancel their reservations. I think this will be an issue in the future on Princess. We'll see how this plays out. But on Princess now, if you have the Premier package, all your specialty dining is included. So there's no incentive not to make a specialty dining reservation for every night of the cruise. Now, if you decide that maybe you don't want to show up some night, you want to do something else, you can. but they're not currently charging you a cancellation fee. So maybe this would fix that, right? Because I did find on the 14-night cruise I just got off of that we were not able to get reservations for some of the restaurants, but yet I'm looking as I pass by them, there are plenty of open tables in there. And I'm assuming that could be people that have booked a reservation and decided not to show up. So I think this is a positive step, but what do you think? Is this double jeopardy? Are people being nickel and dimed, or is this an inappropriate charge if somebody doesn't show up for the specialty dining? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So the third story today comes out of Celebrity Cruises. Over the weekend, the new Celebrity XCel completed its sea trials in the Bay of Biscay. So sea trials are when they take the ship out that's nearing completion and they try it actually out in the ocean, test the engines, maneuverability, all those things, make sure that it is in fact seaworthy. There's still finishing touches that need to put on the ship, but it means it's getting really, really close. And so they were able to complete that over the weekend. The Celebrity XCel is the 5th Edge class ship there for Celebrity. So it is actually due to start sailing regular cruises in November of this year. Getting pretty close. Are you excited? Are you scheduled to sail on the Celebrity XCel? If you are, let us know down in the comments below. And the last story today comes out of Disney Cruise Line and a delay in their new ship. But before we get into that story, I would invite you to subscribe. If you like cruise content, you want to be kept up to date, please subscribe. You can turn the notifications on. It'll notify you when there's a new video, so you'll know what's new in cruising. But we do want to be your source for cruise content. Please do subscribe. So the last story, right, is the Disney Adventure. It was due to start sailing on December the 15th out of Singapore. It's the largest ship in the Disney fleet. It is the one that was initially the Golden Dream, but that company went bankrupt during COVID. And Disney bought the partially completed ship for pennies on the dollar, a really great deal, but it had to be reworked into a Disney ship. And so that obviously took some time. And it did its sea trials out last week. So we talked about sea trials with Celebrity. Well, the Disney ship did complete its sea trials, but what Disney decided was that this ship is not going to be ready in time. Now, the surprising thing there, though, is they pushed it off from December the 15th to March the 12th. So that's 3 months. I mean, that's 3 months of a pushback. It's not too unusual to see a cruise line have to reschedule an initial or inaugural cruise because it takes longer, but it's pretty rare for it to be pushed back 3 months. So obviously there must be some significant work that still needs to be done on this ship. Now, they are offering some decent compensation. The people that were booked on the inaugural cruise have been automatically rebooked on the new inaugural cruise in March. In addition to that, they are getting a 50% refund on what they paid for that. So that's pretty good. Now, anybody on any of the other sailings that were scheduled over those 3 months, theirs have been canceled and they've gotten a full refund of what they paid, and they are being offered a 50% cruise credit on some other booking. Now, there are dates that you have to book by and cruise by in order for that to work, but a 50% cruise credit actually makes Disney Cruise Line actually somewhat affordable. And that cruise credit does not actually have to be used on the Disney Adventure. You could schedule that on one of their other ships as well. So that's not a bad deal. Just to get the future cruise credit, that's not bad. So at least Disney tried to make it right. But I do wonder, this is a ship that wasn't planned to be a Disney ship in the beginning, and now it's got a 3-month delay on the launch of it. I wonder, what is this thing going to look like when it ultimately launches? Is it going to meet the Disney standard that is so high? They are launching it in Singapore with no announced plans to bring it to the United States, and I wonder if that is intentional. The ship was initially designed for the Asian market, so I think the rooms and stuff are smaller. And maybe they recognize that maybe their American guests, the ones that are used to sailing on Disney ships with larger rooms and much larger bathrooms, may not be happy with what this new ship looks like. So that could be some of it. We'll see. But I don't know. Your thoughts? Are you anxious to sail? Would you sail on this ship? And do you feel that's fair compensation? 50% cruise credit just for having to get it pushed back 3 months? What do you think? So lots going on today. Appreciate you watching the video. If you found it useful, please like the video. And again, like I said, if you like cruise content, please subscribe. We do want to be your source for cruise content. Until we see you next time, we wish you smooth sailing. Take care.